Hey, good evening, you African twin fans and junkies. I'm out here in the garage this evening. Wife is hogging the shower, and so I decided I'd come out here do some cleaning. And what I find myself doing is standing out here looking at this bike I've recently purchased, and I don't have a ton of miles on it. I think we're still under 300 miles, so I got a lot more time to put on it, and definitely looking forward to going on some gravel roads and doing some off-road with it a little bit and get a little more experience on how it handles there. But I just thought I'd do a kind of some little small first little impressions of the bike. Um, like I said, I'm out here looking at it, and I don't exactly know what it is about this bike, but I just I just can't help but want to be on it. I just want to ride it all the time. It's a very fun bike to be on. It doesn't have explosive amount of power, but if you're comparing it to some of your cruisers, and I came off a Vulcan 2000 actually, which is a big bike, a lot of power, but I'm pretty sure this is a little bit faster, based off the internet 0 to 60. But I don't know. It feels quicker, way more nimble, of course. Uh, Bike before that was a Yamaha Raider. So, compared to cruisers and your Harley Davidson baggers and all that kind of stuff, this is going to be faster than most all of them. I mean, it's not a powerhouse, but it's not gutless, and it's just like I said, I'm really enjoying this bike. I really like going out on it. And really, the only complaint I have with it right now is the seat. The seat for me is a bit uncomfortable. It feels pretty somewhat soft, but it's just my butt starts hurting after a while. Maybe an hour, maybe even less than that. I'm a skinny guy. I'm about 150 pounds, 5'9". My inseam is I think about 31 inches, and this bike is a bit tall, but I'm on the balls on my feet on both sides with the seat in its lower position. You can tell here that this isn't the lowest position, and it makes it more manageable that way. There's lots of seat options you could do if you were a taller guy, but I don't want to get a taller seat that may be more comfortable, because then it makes it harder to touch. So I will probably just leave it that way and get there's a couple options a guy could do that might help. So anyway, I'm working on that. But other than that, I really do enjoy being on this bike. It's just a very fun bike to be on. So I guess a couple of comments I'd like to make real quick on it when I was looking at getting this bike and some other ones. The DCT was one of my questions. Is it going to be something I'm going to like, and how is it going to be an off-road? I batted that around quite a bit, and just going off of reviews, I was thinking I might have a little bit of a hard time off-road, doing tight turns and slow speed stuff. That's one complaint you kind of hear with this bike is the slow speed stuff is a little bit more difficult because you can't feather the power with the clutch. And so I was a little worried about that. Well, I'll tell you what, I've been on this bike for less than 300 miles. I've had it less than a week, and I don't feel there is one problem in the slow speed maneuvering. Now, this is a 22. Maybe the older ones were a little different, and I think there is some changes with first and second gear on these newer ones. So that could help. But I got some loose gravel here in my driveway. That's in some spots it's packed, other spots it's moves around quite a bit, and I just don't have any problem turning this bike at all. I think it does great in slow speed, and because you don't have a clutch, because it won't stall, it's kind of like a recluse clutch on a dirt bike. I think there's only pros. I don't really see this being a con, in my opinion, and I haven't taken it off-road yet. and I don't plan on getting real aggressive with the off-road. I'm thinking some Jeep trails, maybe gravel roads. Definitely not doing single track. I got a beta cross trainer. That's for off-road single track. This is not what that's made for, and I have no intention of doing that kind of riding with it. But so, in that type of terrain, yeah, the DCT is awesome. I'm loving the DCT. It's my first one. I've had a clutch other than your automatic four wheelers and such. All my motorcycles have been manual, but this is a real treat, a real joy for me to ride. And like I said again, the slow speed stuff, I don't see there being any problem with that. I only see pluses. So if I would to recommend this bike to anybody, I would say get the DCT. To me, that's what's making the bike enjoyable, fun. If I want a manual clutch and I want to work at something, I'm going to take my beta out in the single track. But if I want to go out and just really enjoy the ride and I'm liking the DCT, and it's quick. That's the thing. It shifts really fast and most of the time really smooth. My wife likes it because we're not our bodies are not shifting back and forth when the thing shifts. It's just smooth. And since I mentioned my wife, I will say this seat doesn't look like much. And the bike that we come off of, again, is the Vulcan 2000 with a custom unlimited seat. So they're real comfortable seats. But I don't know what it is, but she is more comfortable on this seat. She actually likes riding this bike more than the Vulcan and more than our Raider. I couldn't really tell you what it is, but she likes it. The wind buffering on the helmet is she complains about that a little bit. And these windshields are a little bit short. You're going to hear that. You can get taller windshields, but it doesn't bother her a ton. But if she could complain about anything, she would probably have me put on a taller windshield for her. And she's about my weight, about my size, 5'9". So anyway, yeah, this for us combined at about 300 pounds or 280 or something. This is a great two-up bike. It handles great with two people. And again, I haven't done much off-road, just gravel road, and very little of that. But I was a little bit concerned about how it would feel, how it would handle with two people, and it's fine. It does really, really good. If you were going to be hitting some really hard dips and such, guys complain that the suspension is soft, and maybe it would be a little bit, but for me, and even with my wife on the back, I felt it was fine. It's a smooth ride. It's great. The only other complaint that she had is no backrest, and this is the box that I've gotten, and there's supposed to be a backrest on it, but they didn't order that, so that's coming. And there's a big pad here and then a pad that goes up here on this box. So when I get that piece and we get the right mount rack for this, and I get that box on, she'll have some back support, and she's going to be peachy on this bike. She'll really be comfortable, really enjoy the rides on this bike. So for two up, I'm great. Her seat comfort, like I said, is really good, better than mine. So anyway, probably not a ton more I can go into yet, as I'd like to get some more time on it. But like I said, I was concerned about the two up riding. I'm not at all. It's a great. You can be perfectly fine for two up, for at least our weight. And my seat's a little bit uncomfortable, but padded shorts or something I can use. We'll figure something out there. DCT is awesome. I really like it, and I don't see any hindrance in slow speed with it. I think it's great. It's only a plus. Yeah, so that's probably pretty much it for this video. I'm going to put some more time on it, and we'll see what happens. The buttons, might touch on that again. The buttons are, I got pretty small hands, so the buttons here are kind of a reach. I might go in a little detail on that while I'm on this. So as you're holding on to it, with my thumb, I got to kind of reach my thumb around to get these buttons, and so there's a lot going on here, but it don't take long, and you start to figure it out. I think, another 2 or 3 months of riding this bike, I'm going to pretty much have these memorized, and these buttons won't be so crazy and so confusing. But it is a stretch if you got small hands. You gotta, you got your grip here, and you got to release a lot of your grip to roll your thumb to reach these. And the same thing with this side is like the cruise. I can't even reach. I mean, I can, but not really. And so what I find, I really can't. When I go to set the cruise, it's pretty difficult to reach without letting off the throttle. It gets a little jerky. So it's actually better for me to use my left hand to come over real quick, touch the cruise button, and then I can set it with my thumb. So that's one little issue. You got short hands, and you really got to take your grip, off the handlebars to reach these buttons. But anyway, it's just small stuff. A little confusion in how this screen works, but it's nice. And once you get used to it, I think it'll be awesome. I mean, there really isn't another bike that has this type of screen and the level of function. I don't think there's any bike out there that has Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, which in other views you're going to see. This has that. Adjustable suspension. It's just, yeah, man. It's just, again, I'm out here looking at this bike, and I just want to ride it right now. It's just a nice, fun, flickable bike. And one comment you're going to hear is that this kickstand, I've got it up on a board. This kickstand really should be like an inch or inch and a half taller than what it is. It's short, and so what happens when you put it down and stand? I mean, if I can get it. I mean, it really leans. It's hard to tell in the video, but it really leans over, and so then when you get on it, it's a lot of force to get it back off, and it feels heavy. When you're taking it off the kickstand, it feels like it's a real heavy bike because it leans over so far on that stupid shorty kickstand that they've got on there. But once you're riding it and maneuvering it, stopping at stoplights and stuff, it's fine. It doesn't feel at all heavy. And I'll tell you, especially if you come off a big cruiser bike, one of those 750 pounds, 850 pounds, man, this thing is like riding a dirt bike. So anyway, I guess that's about it. I could probably go on, but I'll try to get some more riding on and get some more opinions on it once I get more time in other scenarios. So anyway, hope this is helpful to some guys looking at it, and it really is a good bike, and I think most people will probably get the same enjoyment out of it as I do. So anyway, catch you later.